Alright, so when you think of Ramadan, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? If you're in Hyderabad, then it has to be Haleem. And today, we are at Pista House to check out the making process of the iconic Hyderabadi Haleem. This is the world's biggest Haleem making process, and we are inside the kitchen of Pista House. Alright, so these are all the spices with which Haleem is made. You have mutton, of course, but then you also have different types of lentils. You've got your rava, you've got your dal, you've got your rice, you've got your suji rava again, and you've got a different type of dal again. You've got your ginger garlic paste, oil, nuts, elaichi, cardamom, cinnamon, black pepper, and here is a special ingredient, the gulab kali. So rose petals are actually put into the halim. And of course, here is a secret ingredient as well, fried onions along with pure ghee and all these other spices over there. Alright, so after the wood goes into the oven, the first step would be to boil the mutton with chilies and water. And step 2 would be to add ginger garlic paste and coriander to it. Now this is turned into a stew and slow cooked for a while until the meat tenderizes. Rava and spices are added in the stew is then slow cooked for a while. And just look at all that insane grinding that's happening right over here. All that ghee has gone in and all of that pulses have gone in, and now this is the final step where the halim is mashed slowly for hours and hours until it becomes a nice fine paste. As you can see, it's a very tedious process, mashing up all of that meat, the lentils, the spices to get a nice stew. A lot of hard work goes into making a halim. After all the mashing is done, the lid is put back on to keep it warm and then be ready for transportation. Now, in the 6th century, a nutritious meal was needed to fuel the Persian soldiers. Chefs who served King Khusro got together and pounded meat with barley and lentils to make a delicious gooey stew called haris. This dish became popular all over the Middle East. It wasn't until the 19th century when the warrior clan of Yemen moved to Hyderabad to serve as bodyguards to the Nizam, they brought this recipe with them. The royal kitchen of the Nizam then took this dish and added a few more spices to it, eventually calling it halim. The halim tastes delicious, it's gooey and meaty and has a nice texture to it. It's topped with ghee, nuts and fried onions as well. Now people from all over the world come to Hyderabad to experience this halim. Since it's only made during this 1 month, it becomes even more special for the people living in Hyderabad. For more such stories, hit the subscribe button.